Though I saw you yanking this mic.
Oh, I'm gonna yank the mic for sure.
Okay.
100%. Friends, hope you guys are doing well. Oh my god, that was loud. Hope you guys are doing well. This is a special episode. I got a good friend of mine, which is right here from LA. In LA. I'm drunk. I'm sorry. This is a night and a day. It's still daytime. It's a good start. But it's Coachella weekend, and we're like, let's check out a couple clips from what happened yesterday, actually. Lady Gaga, Lisa's incredible. Lisa's wild.
Love her. I will say this.
Yeah, please.
We have friends,
Yeah.
Famously, who
Absolutely.
worked on a lot of the Lady Gaga Coachella set. And so I think for me, that's naturally where I'm gravitated towards, is being excited for her set.
I mean, Lady Gaga is incredible.
And big thing is what I'm really excited for. I feel like this last album is a really good mix of her older stuff, which is obviously, I think the majority of us fell in love with Lady Gaga,
Right.
with like kind of like the original, like the Dance and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so I feel like she's kind of going back a little bit into her older stuff / introducing eras of
Right.
albums that she did afterwards.
Funny that you say that, because I actually have a reaction to her album on this channel. So if you guys want to check it out, definitely check it out. And I said the exact same thing. I was like, she's going back to her roots with Alejandro. You know what I mean? Like all these songs that are kind of like these darker kind of feel. And you can see it in her performance as well. When she's like, I mean, she's always been Lady Gaga, right?
Yes.
But she has eras.
She has eras. And I feel like, I think people yank the mic. And so when she did, I forget what the name of the album was, but she did, when she was especially in her time of A Star Is Born, during that era, she was kind of doing a little bit more of this like folky kind of sound,
More personal
more
also.
personal, which is great. But I think people resonated with it, but they were still waiting to hear the original Gaga sound, which was like the paparazzi, the Just Dance,
I agree.
the Bad Romance,
Absolutely.
and that kind of. I think this set that she has given us for Coachella.
And honestly, these overly synthy pop, kind of like super crazy distorted. That's what we're looking for. Like, let's see if she does that on. We're not going to watch a whole performance, obviously, but we did find some fan cams, and I would say let's start right into it. This has been like a musical interlude, if you want to call this, right? For the dancers, basically, for the stage to be set, the light comes up, and then the main abracadabra comes in. It's backing vocals. It's probably on a track. She's not singing right now live behind the stage. Usually, that's how it works. Everybody's like there. Let's see. What happens? Great stage. Music is like very epic, right? You hear?
And it looks like like an opera hall.
Yeah.
The way it's broken up in these windows on stage.
It's kind of like the Coliseum.
Yes.
That's how it looks like for me.
Yes. And it's very much, if you look at a lot of how opera houses are built out, it's a lot of tiers. It's usually people who sit in certain boxes, paying certain amounts, have a certain level of status, or seeing certain parts of it. I think she's brought that to the stage as a means of like where musicians are located.
That is incredible. That is just what I'm seeing right now. If you guys like, obviously the window's very small, right? Because we're here. But if you watch the video down here where the mouse is, that is where the drummer is, right? Which is really interesting. So he has like his own window, like you just pointed out. Yeah. And over there is probably like the rest of the instruments, and over there as well. That is really cool because they got their own like little window.
I think a very, very important thing to also note is in opera music, in musicals, there's usually musicians are referred to as being musicians in a pit, which is usually a whole space that's beneath the stage.
True.
And usually all you see is the top of the conductor's head leading, and they're watching the stage performance going on of the actors, whatever, and then they're conducting the musicians below. I think what's so amazing and beautiful about having a staging like this is that Gaga is letting us know that like There's no one below, beneath, whatever. We are all leveled out on this stage. We are all important. There's the importance of the dancers, the singers, the musicians, all of us. We are all visible to everyone.
Absolutely.
And I think that is incredible. And it's a kind of a difference that you see between operas and certain stage productions versus what she's trying to give us right now.
Right. The stage is obviously huge on Coachella, right? Like, it's a wall of fucking LED, and the stage itself is small compared to what is happening, like the full wall. But still, this is very grand. They spend a lot of money to build these stages, right? And so many people actually working on stage, dancers and whatever, musicians. It's crazy. And that is when, like, this is like the intro of the second act. That's what it said, interlude. Yeah. So you can see the stagehand right here. Yep. So he's kind of like putting her set piece into place. Very interesting.
Intrigued by this right now.
It is, right?
Because, like,
it's funny.
Sometimes you don't get to see all the inner workings of what happens. Because, especially when a performance like this happens, maybe 2 weeks down the line, you see the final production, the edited cut of all of everything. And they usually tend to stray away from showing these little moments between where, like, there is a grip or where there is, you know, an assistant that is a lighting assistant that's helping move something or whatever. You don't see that in these final cuts. If you guys have watched Beyonce's Homecoming, you're not catching all these inner moments.
That's such a good point.
That's such a good point. You just see the final production. You see we're ready to go. You see this.
Yes.
But now, when you see this fan footage, this is where you get to see, like, oh, how did we get to this point?
This is so interesting. And obviously we can count on Lady Gaga to have, like, that kind of shock factor in the best way possible. Right now, seeing this, which is crazy, having like a skeleton next to her in sand, buried. What the fuck? That's crazy.
This is how I feel when I eat Oreos in my bed, and I'm covered in crumbs. So I got this. I feel good because it is a choice to be covered in, like, sand or dirt or whatever, knowing that you've got full performances lined up after this point. This is only the second act. We probably have 45 minutes, an hour to go after this. So to make a choice to be like, I'm going to start this way, means you got to have the type of preparation for wardrobe, makeup, whatever else is needed to be able to last another 45 minutes to come out of this, like, dirt or whatever. I want to be the skeleton. There's so much more planning that goes on for the rest of the set to be like, I have to know exactly where I'm going with this. Am I in wardrobe that is able to just, like, get sand off quickly so that I don't have to worry about it later?
That's such a good point.
There's so many things that you have to think about to start. Because for me, in my mind, as, like, a lowly human being who has no stage presence like this by any means, if I were thinking about, like, having to include sand or dirt or anything in a set, that's at the end. I'm, like, burning myself at the end, and I have, like, 1 or 2 songs at the end that I'm doing this in because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be dirty, I'm going to be covered in sand, whatever, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. But she's making it clear that, like, whatever it is that she's doing from this point for the second act for, like, 45 minutes, she is prepared to be able to, like, wipe whatever is on her and musically be able to go through an entire set of music that is not going to be hindered by having, you know, little her nooks and crannies filled with some crummies, is what I'm going to say.
Absolutely. So when I type in Gaga, and I typed in Killa because I really like that song off the new album, and she did perform it, but I cannot find a video. You can definitely see that she did Abracadabra, she did Paparazzi, which was, like, from the older generation, right? And she did so many older songs as well, because obviously that's what people also love, right? She has so many different eras, right? So the thing is, like, she did everything. She had multiple acts. It was, like, such a huge deal. She's going to perform next week again on Friday. I might do a little bit more about that because it's really cool to see actually what you said with the choreographers do, like what the dancers do, and like the set pieces and like the sand on stage. If you have sand on stage, it's a crazy hazard, friends. You can slip. Like, it's going to be in the nooks and crannies everywhere. No, I mean, like, it's going to be an issue, right? So that's why those things, really brave for her to actually do that. We need to point that out because that is what happens for us on stage. When we're on stage and you have, like, some kind of crazy element, there's water on stage, there's fire on stage. Friends, we don't like that because we never know what's going to happen. Friends, we're going to continue with the next performance, which is, in my opinion, one of the most important ones from that night, which is Lisa. I'm such a huge fan of her in Blackpink. She has been amazing at the Oscars. I don't know if you guys seen it. I also have a reaction video if you guys want to see that. She's fucking incredible. So I hope this fan cam is great. This is FUTW and Thunder. I'm not too familiar with her new discography, but we'll definitely check it out. This is Lisa. And if you guys have any insight for us, definitely let us know.
Please.
But yeah, let's see what she got going on here. Lisa is fucking incredible. We love this. Wow, look at this. I don't know what. Wow, friends, this is how you do an entrance. This is how you do an entrance. Look at her. I hope you guys can see this in this little window. What? Wow. I'm shook.
Honestly?
Wow. What was happening right now? Also, as a musical standpoint, this fucking drummer went off. What?
I will say, this is how I feel when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm wrapped up in my blankie and I'm trying to get a snack and then I turn the light on for the first time and it's so bright and then my eyes hurt. So,
well, it's very bright. It's very bright.
it's very bright to have one big light over you as like here's the thing. I think we realize as viewers a lot of the time, even as musicians, when you think of a spotlight, you think it's like this ominous light that's in the back of the house and it's shining on you. But to visibly, as the audience, see a spotlight actively on top of the artist and you get to see it from the first person perspective, I think it makes a different kind of statement.
Oh, 100%.
It's letting you know, yes.
Yeah, but also you can see like the light under her, and this is kind of like a baggy skirt. Insane. That is an entrance. It's big. Also musically, it's loud. The drummer's going off. This is like live music you can hear, right? It's not just a track. Oh my God, this kind of blew my mind right now. This is really cool.
I mean, she's wearing a comforter. She has a full comforter around her.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yes, she said, "I'm gonna be comfy in this first entrance, and y'all gonna see me, and then I'm gonna be in this full duvet, and then I'm gonna rip it off.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna be in the skimpiest little, and she's gonna be like, "Hey guys, remember Mook from White Lotus? Yeah, forget about her. It's me, Lisa. All right."
Friends, that is why I have David on this video. I'm not kidding you, because that is insight I cannot provide. I love this so much. But now let me say this real quick. Like, look at this fucking drummer and look at his rig. I mean, check out the video for yourself, like in full video. Look at this. This is a spaceship. This is insane. So you can hear like in the intro also where he was shredding, right? Yeah. You need this to shred, but he also can like work it out, right? It's not just only for show. Like he actually works it. Yes. All the musicians, and funny enough, and I need to point this out because like this is a shameless plug for myself. The guitar player right here, and he will appear because I know this from Instagram. He's a good friend of mine, which is Sean Rosati. He's here from LA, and he performed on one of my songs I produced, actually. This guy is shredding. This synthesizer sound is like a wall of sound. That is how an entrance for fucking Coachella should be, friends. I'm not kidding you. I always say I do not understand when you start a show or something and it's just like a little low-key moment. No! We need an entrance. This is a fucking entrance.
Yeah, an entrance. This is honestly, when I show up to your birthday party, this is how I show up. I am in a full Target comforter wrapped around me, chains from AutoZone.
Wow.
Yep. And I need an introduction to be like, all right, everyone, David's here.
Wow.
Oh.
Come on, Lisa. We're yanking this mic.
I don't like that. Not the yank. Oh, you see? The thing is, one thing about me and this body is that I'm not pulling back the duvet. You don't want to see the Koopa Troopa body that is hiding underneath this comforter.
Well, one thing I need to point out real quick is, like, she was elevated, right?
Yes.
The artists themselves, the labels, the stage people at Coachella, they would never take the risk of a fall. Yeah. So whatever happens, they are, like, she was on a very small, like, little platform, right? But she did have a bar behind her, so she's always secured. You can always see, like, is there somebody like Pink who has like a fucking world tour flying through the stadiums? She's always secured. Beyonce is always secured. When she was like on Christmas, she had this performance. I don't know if you've seen it on Netflix.
I paid my good monies. I spent my nickels, my bags of dimes on that Renaissance tour. And I saw Beyonce on that disco horse.
No way.
And she was ready to go.
Gotta tell us about this.
Listen, she was on that horse. She was strapped. Ain't nobody. She was not falling nowheres. Okay, I know she's gonna be floating somewhere. Beyonce, every major artist. Listen, we've all seen Pink, where she slingshot.
Yes.
From the stage to the other side of Dodger Stadium.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
She's like, nah, mama, let's start a fight. And she's all of a sudden in my urethra across the stage. She's going to do it. And we love it. Artists, management, their entire team will make sure that no matter what, if there is any level of elevation that an artist needs to be a part of. Absolutely. Whether it's on a stand, whether it is even just like a foot off the stage, that artist is going to be strapped down. They're going to be chained up. They're going to be harnessed to every level of safety that it needs to be. Absolutely. So that nothing happens to them. Even if they like trip a little bit and they like accidentally fall off the platform, that could be a big difference in their safety.
That could in the safety, but also think about this. Like that could be the end of a tour that might be a world tour. So think about this is like the second show in, I don't know, Houston, Texas. But they still have like 50 shows to go, like a Sabrina Carpenter world tour. We had a Pink world tour, right? Beyonce world tour. Now we call Cowboy Carter. There's so much money hanging on. So that's why they will never take the risk at all. So just want to point that out to you guys. What? Oh, a little shake.
Been there.
I cannot with this guy. I cannot with this guy. Okay. There's a comforter in close.
Yep. Also, did we all watch White Lotus? Because we are seeing the literal antithesis of who she was as Mook on the show versus who she is as an artist. They are two opposite people.
Friends, musically, real quick. Just so we're in A flat minor. And you can hear everybody playing unison at the same time. Guitar, bass, and like all the instruments, keyboards with the synth. If everybody plays unison at the same time here, the same thing, this is such an incredible moment for a drummer to actually shred over. This is completely unison. Strong energy. Drummer getting off, and then stopping right now. Transition to next song, right? But that's not saying, like, musically. Insane!
But also, we have to keep in mind the lighting. The entire time, the lighting is moving at, like, 16th notes. It's flashing so that anytime the drums
Good point.
are hitting the same, they lock in with the lights. So the lights stay a steady, constant, basically like a rhythmic sync the entire time.
Yeah.
That at any point, the drums will lock in.
Absolutely.
The entire time. So by the time that the lights stop and it's like boom, and then she goes into this next song.
It's all
it's aligned. It's aligned.
It's all synced.
It's all synced up.
It's just another element like a choreography, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole stage itself, the lights, music, her dancing, and the dancers, obviously, everything aligns. You guys need to know that. Like, lights is not arbitrary. It's not like we're doing a green or a red or white. No. It's a full-on sheet that they write out or program, actually. That's how it works usually. Friends, we've been popping off. This channel has been growing so much. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Definitely hit that like and subscribe if you guys want more. And this guy, because we would love to see more. I do. And let us know what you guys want us to react to next, because we can definitely make that happen. And thanks for being here. We might do a second video from day 2 or day 3. There's more Coachella coming. We have a couple drinks, but drink responsibly and have fun. Exactly. There you go. Friends, have a good time, and we'll see you soon in the next video. Peace.